Now I know what you're thinking. You're wondering how those guys making fancy airsoft videos make their videos. And I'm gonna tell you, okay, even though I've not made any of those fancy videos yet. That's the operative word. I mean, if you want to know how they do it, a lot of the guys have kind of already put videos together. So this isn't really like a new concept. However, for me it's new and I know what to do. So I'm going to tell you guys what to do, how to do it. And then if you want to do it, that's great. You know, go ahead and do it. If not, then this is how I'm going to be making the videos that I'm going to make, or video, or you know, depending what happens, you know. So yeah, I want to make some live airsoft game content. I think it's about time. It's not because I've been lazy. I've had a specific reason why I've not done the airsoft content yet, and that reason is because I wanted to enjoy airsoft for what it was, and then decide if that was something to do content of. And also I wanted to get good. Like, I feel like if I was, well, I did try at the start. I filmed a few videos. Here's some footage of it, and I found myself focused more on making sure the shot was good as opposed to being good. Whereas now, because I'm pretty good, I feel like I'll be able to get good stuff most times I go play. So that's why I've now made the decision to start making video of airsoft. And this is what I'm going to start off with. I'm not going to have tons of multi-camera setups. I'm not going to have like 17 cameras on me like the Apollo Space Telescope. I'm just going to have the one for now and see how that goes. But it's going to be a good one and it's going to look sick. So what we're going to do, we actually need to do some converting of things, because I had a previous plan which I'd like to still do, but I don't know if it's possible or not because Twitch never got back to me. I suppose I could do this plan on YouTube, but anyway, that plan was, I've got this little head thing here which I've camoed up, and I've put a webcam on the front, and the webcam cable comes all the way out the back here, and then that would go into a backpack where I'd have my laptop. I also had a second webcam, which is now up on the screen there, and that webcam was mounted to the gun. So my theory, or my plan, was to do video content, which I could live stream to like Twitch at the same time. But Twitch never got back to me on if that would be allowed, because it's like guns, but it's airsoft, but I don't really know where it landed. I messaged Twitch admins, they didn't message me back, so I'm just like, well then, me right? Yeah, so what we're going to do is, we're going to use this headband, we're going to mount the GoPro case to this, but we're going to take the camera off, and I want to try and salvage this camo tape. Do I have a knife or something? I've got a cable tie on here, holding that stuff on. There we go. Snip. I do have a lot of random stuff on the table as well. All of it may be necessary, but I'm going to go through it bit by bit once I get to using each bit by bit. Cool, right, that goes over there. Next up, this thing is wrapped in electrical tape. This was to keep it from moving, because the webcam has its own like kind of axis, and I needed it to face the same way. So I figured the best way is electric tape. Electric tape for everything. Ow, there's something pointy there. Ow, scheisse. Cool, and then that should hopefully be, yeah, cool. So webcam is off. We do have the slight issue of the USB cable running through the headband, but I should be able to unsleeve that.
12 seconds later.
Webcam is 3. That means I can now use my webcam on my computer again for live stream stuff. Hooray! So, general mount is all done. This I will wear on my head. Ignore the hair like this, along with all my other airsoft stuff. GoPro will be mounted here like this, and then the battery power pack for it will be mounted on the back like so. So we're going to do that a little bit later on. This power pack, it's pretty big. It's bigger than I think it needs to be, but I always like to make sure things are bigger than they need to be, because bigger is always better. So this is a 16800 mAh little power bank. It's got 2 power outputs, and the quite handy thing with this one is it also tells you how much charge is left. Look, it says 73, albeit out of focus. So I like the fact I know how much battery power I've got. That's going to help me help my life be better. Let's get everything else mounted and we can be on our way. Before we mount it though, we need to do a test, because I've got a GoPro case already, as you can see here, but it doesn't have holes on the side for the cables to go into it. Now, instead of cutting holes in this one, and I've got a Picatinny rail adapter on there, which we're not going to be using for the moment, I've bought a new one which does have a hole in the side, so I can poke my cable through. But before we actually put the camera in, the whole point of having the case is to make sure that if it gets shot, the camera will be alright. So I'm going to shoot it to make sure it is okay. Now I'm going to shoot it using my TM Mark 23. This is like my go-to gun. I've also got my TM Glock as well, but I feel like the Mark 23 is going to be more of a test for it. It's going to put it more through its paces, and I'd rather shoot it with something a little bit more powerful than something a little bit underpowered, because I want to make sure it's just going to do its job. 3.2 BBs I use in my Mark 23. Let's just quickly chrono this. I don't have any iPro to hand, so I'm just going to shut my eyes. So that's like 296, 280. I suppose you want to see footage of it being shot, don't you? There we go. I'm going to shoot it straight on. Here we are, shooting it with 280 FPS. Cool. And that's that plan ruined. Went straight through. I wasn't expecting that. Here's an action replay. That's a pain. But at the same time, I guess that's a good thing, because if I had put my camera in there, that would be the lens that would be shattered now, and that would be much more of a sad situation. I don't really know what to do with the rest of this video now. I guess I can mount the power bank to the headband. I need to order another one of these. That's so annoying. Oh well. Well done you. You've managed to ruin my day. So the battery pack is going to mount to the back of the headband. Just going to kind of whack it on like that, there. Going to use cable ties. I'm going to repurpose this camo tape and kind of wrap this around it. I'm going to cable tie that to the power bank, and then cable tie those cable ties to the band, if that makes sense. I think that would be the best way to do it. It's going to be behind me, but if somebody creeps up behind me, I don't want them to give them, like, if they see a floating black block and be like, oh, there's a player over there. I'll put a link in the description below to the GoPro case that this was, so you know not to buy that one for airsoft purposes. And if anybody knows of any good GoPro cases to use for airsoft purposes, let me know. And if there isn't really any out there, I guess I'll just buy another one of a different brand, and just hopefully people don't shoot it. That's such a shame. At least I haven't got a game coming up. So that's on there. I can barely see it now. Haha. These are all like little cable ties. They're black, they're thin. I expect these will be big enough for the purposes that I'm going to be using them for, which is attaching it to the headband. It should be simple enough, just like that, I guess. Or vertically. Do we think vertically? Which is more comfortable? I feel like sideways is like a smaller horizontal profile. Let's go horizontal. So we mount the battery pack to the thing like that. We'll put some cable ties on it, and then we'll be having a good time.
A few moments later.
There we go. Cool. I mean, it's a little bit wonky, but there's a lot of other stuff going on there. Just like that. Nice. I'm not going to shoot the battery pack. I feel like I probably should, because batteries can explode. But at the same time, I feel like it's probably going to be fine. Based on my recent experiences, it probably would be best to test it. But I'm sure this will be okay. I should probably explain the reason why the battery pack is on here anyway. The GoPro will not run out of power. The one thing I don't like about GoPros is I kind of feel like I'm not able to just leave them on. Yes. Yes. Right, that's on there, actually really tight. Proud of that. Let's nip these little bits off. Nip, 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 nip. And that's it. Look at that. Done. Success. We have power attached to my head. That's pretty comfortable. Look at that. It's not going anywhere. It's not going anywhere. I've got a cable that I also purchased. Is it this one? No, it's not that one. I'll use this one for demonstration purposes. So now I have a cable, and the cable goes from this pack here, so that plugs into a USB port. It just plugs in to a USB. It plugs in to a USB. Plug in, you bastard. There we go. It just plugs in like that, nice and easy. And then this cable comes to the front here, and then that will stick in the GoPro, and then that's all good. And then you'll be able to see all my airsofting tactics and antics. Whoa, whoa. I'm sad I can't show you the finished product, because the product wasn't good enough, and now is also a musical instrument. If you want to, you know, ruin people's days at Airsoft, buy a Mark 23. Shoot their cameras. and you'll have a great time. I suspect further away it probably wouldn't smash it. Like, this was literally point blank. But then at the same time, you're going to be out in the field with people with like guns at 350 FPS, and they'll have a bit more range to carry that power. And then you've also got snipes as well. Because mate, if you're your MED, your minimum engagement distance away with this bad boy, I suspect you're probably going to have a bad time. That being said, thanks for watching. Make sure you hit like. Make sure you subscribe. I'm not making this content for free. If you don't subscribe, I'll come for you. Apart from I can't get to you because my barrel's too long. I'll come for you. I'll come for you. Do it. It's actually genuinely annoying that broke.